Good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday, July 22nd, just before 9 a.m. I've just finished dropping off JB at summer camp. Started my day off early. I decided to get back to being disciplined like I was early spring and all throughout the winter going to the gym. So I woke up this morning just after 4, got myself prepped, made it to the gym, did a really light workout compared to what I did before I fell off. But I've been feeling like I need to get back to that discipline mode. Because everything, when I was on all cylinders, I was waking up early, I was going to sleep at a reasonable time, I wasn't watching every interesting show on Netflix or Hulu. So I've got to get back to that. It's the end of July almost. August starts out in Florida, the schools start early, and I'll be back to my normal routine where my son wakes up and is off at the bus stop by like 7:30. I don't remember if it was 7:30, but I remember being able to, when he was in school on summer camp, being able to do my role plays with my colleagues across the country, and then start dialing at 8 o'clock. And since the summer was a little bit different, I haven't been able to get on that routine, but I fell off my routine early, like at the beginning of the spring. So I'm getting back to it because the fall is when the housing market starts to pick up again after Labor Day, and I need to prep for that at the end of July and August. I'm about to be in a situation where, God willing, I have 2 of my 3 current listings closed. We have an inspection today. That's going to find out a whole heap of problems because it's a 100-year-old home, but we're still in it. What else? So yeah, I need to get back into my routine because I need to get new business. I need to be thinking about September and October closings. I need to be thinking about the FSMOs I've been calling this week, last week, following up with them. So I'm getting back into the routine. It's not easy because I'm lazy naturally, but I'm also able to just do the same thing over and over again, which is a benefit. So the key to waking up early is sleeping early, and the key to sleeping early is to say no to the shows that I like and not just watch them after I get my work done. So today, as soon as I get home, just finished taking the dogs to the dog park. Did some networking at the dog park, met some nice individuals. No buyers or sellers, but still talking to people. Today's Tuesday. I have some phone calls to make, some follow up with. I'll also be around noon, driving around the neighborhood I don't door knock FSMOs. I don't like doing that. In general, it's not been me. But get the phone numbers for sale by owners that I've been noticing as I drive, and just start the conversations. And hopefully by Labor Day, if they're unsuccessful selling their homes, at least they've spoken to me 3 or 4 or 5 times, once a week. So I'm starting that process again. There's so many expireds, but I need to also be talking to FSMOs and be talking to other parts of the real estate world. And be intentional about getting some business prepped for January here in July. I'm starting to batch content now for my videos, and I'm going to do different series, not just this vlog, what I do on a daily or bi-weekly or semi-weekly basis, but also just start giving off the little bits of wisdom that I've learned the hard way in terms of what works, what doesn't work, at least for me, at least in this part of the Tampa Bay market, as well as also some things that I'm seeing over and over and over again that are getting in the way of deals actually getting past the offer stage, getting through the inspection phase, getting past the appraisal phase, and getting through the closing period. So I'm going to start doing some videos about that, geared towards mostly sellers, but also these situations, because when you sell your home, you're going to end up being a buyer for the next one. So giving those conversations as well. So I've been fortunate to be in a position where I'm often able to be on 2 ends of the same deal. I know that's not common for many people. I have a good friend, she's been a realtor almost 20 years, and she said it's only happened to her once. Typically when that offer presents herself, she just doesn't feel comfortable doing it, so she always refers one side of it, typically the buy side, to another member of her office, and they work it out amongst themselves. Me, I don't mind it. It's a great way to learn, especially early in your career. It's also twice the money usually. I don't give discounts for doing twice the work, so it's pretty interesting. What So yeah, I'm going to that. I've spoken to some videographers this last 2 weeks about doing some more intentional style videos, meaning I like this style where I'm just talking to my phone or talking to a camera and doing minimal editing. Typically I just put my logo and the captions, but I haven't seen a difference in the view count from when I have captions or not. I know a lot of people put captions because a lot of individuals watch videos while they're doing something else, and that makes perfect sense. I don't pretend to have the follower count or the native interest at this stage in my career. Would that make sense necessarily? Because I'm able to post a video, a couple minutes earlier or faster by not doing captions, because maybe it's just the way I enunciate or my accent coming from Long Island, and I'm often correcting the CapCut captions. So, and typically they come out clear when I'm just speaking directly. So I'm going to try for the next 8 weeks not doing captions and see if I have any change in the follower count. But I'm also going to start making videos 2 or 3 times a day. Typically I give the date when I say hello, today's Tuesday, blah 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 blah. But when I'm giving out advice, when I'm talking about things that I'm seeing, I'm trying to make them more evergreen so it doesn't have to be like dated. Because I'm trying to always have the videos ready a month later, so that I can go on vacation, and YouTube and the algorithm and the scheduling never misses a beat. I know a lot of agents, a lot of entrepreneurs, when they circle back on their personal life, all the stuff that they're doing that made them successful and financially able to take vacations kind of goes off the haywire. And I want to make sure that I have everything set up, create those systems in place so that it's not going to be a problem. So I'm going to be doing a lot more video content. So I'm going to start time blocking my schedule starting next week. Calls in the morning like always, but I'm going to stop calling up until like 1 o'clock. I'm going to finish up around like 11:30, 12 the latest. Then make some content after lunch till like 2 or 3, and then set up some afternoons for either appointments, because I do a lot of Zoom appointments, or other admin stuff. Because what I've noticed is, especially when I have like a listing getting a lot of activity, I'm too quick to go from calling from 8 to 11 to doing something for the listing, whether it's showing, whether it's conversations with my sellers. I'm going to start blocking them off to the afternoon, because the people I follow on Instagram and YouTube, the ones who are demonstrably successful in real estate, they time block. So unless the house is literally on fire because someone forgot to turn something off or someone put an extra log in the fireplace, most calls can wait until later. Most texts can wait until later. I don't know if it's because I have ADHD, where I see a notification, I want to respond to it. But that gets in the way because I don't context switch very easily. When I was working in a corporate job, it was very easy to context switch because I went from one pressing task to another pressing task to another pressing task. When you're eating what you hunt as an entrepreneur, as a real estate agent, the urgency is still there, but it's not pressing, because you can make calls from 8 to 11, 8 to 11:15, 9 to 12, and you're still getting your calls in, but you need to be more disciplined. I need to be more disciplined about that. So I'm going to start enforcing my time constraints for my clients, because I make myself very accessible, but not call me any time of the day. I always joke, if the sun's out, feel free to call me or text me. If the sun is down, you can wait till tomorrow, or you can just email me or text. But I'm going to be a little bit more diligent about this going forward from this week onwards, because I'm prepping for the fall and I'm prepping for January. One of the reasons I had such early success this year was my year started the November before. So the year 2025 started for me Thanksgiving of 2024. I just went into a really, really strong momentum from that point on purpose, intentionally. And now 2026 begins in August. That's how I'm looking at it. My listings have taken roughly 30 to 60 days to get good offers. 70 days to get under contract. So I'm doing that math because it might be worse, it might be better going forward. So I'm going from the perspective of, when I get a listing, I'm not going to get a check for 90 days. I'm just giving myself that mentality. and I need 120 days, which means the next listing I get in August may not close until December or November. That's just what I have to think about it in terms of it. And so now I'm not saying 2025 is done, but I'm planning for 2026 from today onwards. And I'm going to be a time blocking agent. I'm going to be I'll call you back at 3 agent. I'm going to be, what's going on? Okay, great. You can wait till tomorrow. If you can wait till tomorrow. Urgent matters I'll still handle, but everything isn't important. Not everything is unimportant, but the things that are important have to be prioritized for urgency and immediacy, because I need to make sure that I'm always doing my business and building it. So I'm making that plan now because I'm very fortunate to have 2 properties under contract. Should they both close, that'll give me a lot of leeway to where I can financially afford to be focused on next year. I'm not going to be focused on making sure I have a meal for today or tomorrow, or that my socks have no holes in them, or the rent is paid. These 2 deals are going to cover me for the next 4 or 5 months. So it's giving me the ability to just go the next 4 or 5 months planning for the future, planning for future business. So that's what I'm going for. Thanks for listening. Christian Bush, licensed realtor and real broker. You guys enjoy your day.